I wonder what happened. We got disconnected. Somehow we got disconnected. I don't know what happened. You know, last week when we had a session, towards the end of it, was it last week or the week before? Towards the end of it, I got disconnected as well. I wonder why that happened. Then I had to reconnect. It was the last few minutes. But this time, it was right away. Let's see. So I hope that everyone is doing well and had a good week, and things went according to plan, and you sorted things out. And here we are, wonderful sunny day here in Vancouver, and hope that you're all having a good day or evening wherever you are, and looking forward, like I do, for an hour of chit chat. And so perhaps we will share things that would make us stronger, happier, wiser, and ready to negotiate the day-to-day events as they present themselves. So let's see who's up there. When you guys join, let me know. Just give me a hello and let me know which part of the world you're tuning in from, and then we can begin our discussions and your questions in regards to thoughts, consciousness, desires and ego, fear, your relationships, your breakups, and the things that concerns you and is on your mind. Hello, Archana. I suspect that would be from India, unless you're traveling or you're somewhere else. So just say hello if you guys already been here with us. We have had discussions for the past 69, actually 50 weeks, but this is the 69th live talk. And so I'm delighted to see that many of you are still here. The ones who have never been here, welcome. And let me know from where you're tuning in. And then throw me your questions and we will go through it and hope that will be helpful. In addition to the Facebook page that I have, Mind That Seeks Truth, in addition to the contents that you can find, support that you can find on the site mindthatseekstruth.com, where you can find table of contents of my books and sample chapter that you can read of any of my books. And you will have an opportunity to book an appointment with me for one-on-one Skype consultation, which you know how that's done if you go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. And you can watch a seminar in regards to thoughts and fear, and it's called The End of Fear on the site. About 10 minutes of it is for your review, and the rest of it you can of course get access to if you go on the site and check it out. Also, you know that I have a YouTube channel that it is talking about thoughts, consciousness, mind and body coordination, fears, desires, and ego, and talks elaborately on the subject of breakups, heartbreaks, how to deal with it, what it is, why is it that you feel the way you do, what to do and how to move on, and how to bring happiness back to yourself. There's over 480 videos, long and short. Some of them are 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 12 minutes, and some of them are longer, 15, 17, 20, 30, or 40 minutes, depending on the subject. So you can enjoy yourself and know that there's support available, and share the videos that you like so everybody will know around the world that such support is available after breakup, and that the world hasn't come to an end and you can still go on and have a wonderful life and enjoy yourselves. How? It's all in the YouTube channel. So, Robert says, hi, I'm writing to you from UK. Hello. Just broken up with my girlfriend. Congratulations. My heart is in million pieces. It shouldn't be, and it's not. It's just an illusion that you have that is broken to pieces. We'll talk about that. And now I have to move out because we live in the same house. Fine. Move out and build again. Build another ship. Sail the seas again. There is no shortage of shores, no shortage of seas, no shortage of fish, and no shortage of ships. Build another. Not a problem. And he says, I was afraid of my feelings till recently. But now as I realized how I feel, she said she's not in love with me. So be it. Some people like you, some people don't. And that's okay. We're not supposed to expect everybody to like or love us or want to be with us or be in a relationship with us. And the ones who do, great, will reciprocate if they meet our standards, your standards. And if they don't, so big deal. Another opportunity, another time. Every time that you breathe in, after that breath, the oxygen turned into carbon dioxide. It's not the end of the world. There's another bit of oxygen available. You can breathe again. Just look elsewhere. If you put your head under your blanket and you start suffocating, feeling like, I can't breathe, well, take the blanket off. There's air out there. When you break up, this is how it looks to you. You think that was the only breath of oxygen that you could have had. She left you. Now I'm devastated. Now I gotta die. I can't breathe. No. You just take your head out of under the blanket. There's oxygen all over. You just are so focused on how it was and the kind of a relationship you had with that one person that you don't take the time to actually recognize and realize that there's so many wonderful ladies out there, and if you're a lady, so many wonderful guys out there that you can hit it off and bond and find things in common. It's like oxygen. It never depletes. It never ends. There's always possibilities there. There's always somebody that you're going to find interesting, intriguing, and find things in common, and you'll go on. So remember, if you understand the availability of opportunities and so many different kind of relationships and people out there, emotions that can be created again between two people, then you will never think that this was the last one. One of the reasons you panic so much because you think this was the last time that you could ever, last chance, last person that could ever love you, or that you could ever love her, or that you ever find a good relationship with. Listen, if this was the perfect one that you're so, bothered by it no longer being, the way it was, then why is it broken up? If it's broken up, if somebody, one of you or both of you somehow decided you don't want to be in this relationship, that means it's not the right relationship. Because the right relationship is when both people want to be together. When one of them is not, regardless of how you feel about her, if one of you doesn't want to be in that relationship, that means that relationship is not the right relationship. Because the right relationship is when both want to make something out of it. Both are interested. So the criteria of you choosing a mate or choosing a girlfriend, there's certain things. She has to be this, she has to be that, she has to think this way, or that education, or this manners, or that manner, or this way, or this look, or that. There are many things. I don't know what it is, for each person different. But one very important common one, universal one, is that when two want to be together. So if one of them decides doesn't want to be, that's your cue. It's not the right relationship. Doesn't matter if it's right at the outset or a few years later she changes her mind or he changes his mind. That's the end of that. You will see that from then on, it's not the right relationship. Then you move on. You move on and find another one. Breathe again. There's oxygen everywhere. So don't treat life as if it is only that moment, only that particular time, only with that one person. It's okay, be loyal and be wonderful with her or together as long as it lasts. But if it doesn't, then move on. Build another ship. The ocean is still going to have waves. You need a vessel. Build another ship. Build yourself up. Recognize who you are, what you want to accomplish in life. Find reasons and projects for you to be enthused and, create, great feelings inside yourself. And with that fuel, go on and you will meet someone else. Because once you feel good about yourself, others also feel good to be around you. So that will be all fine. Don't worry. Breakup is just part of a relationship. When you get to know someone, that's getting to know someone. And the next step will be not getting to know her and break up. And that's part of it. So it's part of nature, part of life, part of experiences. You become wiser, stronger, and you will learn how to choose better next time. So don't despair. Hello, Aida. Salam. How are you? You're out today. Okay, good. You can maybe participate whenever you wanted to, or sit somewhere, or just, maybe if it's not convenient, next week. Muhammad, Salamun Alaikum. How are you? That's right. Aida says no point of a forced relationship based on need or not love. That's good. Robert says she loves me. I just realized my feelings a bit later she did. Robert says, I don't get it, Robert. She loved me. Oh, she loved me. I just realized my feelings a bit later she did. Not so quite clear for me, but okay. Gihan says, Gihan is from Jordan. Hello, dear. He says, I lost my... Hello, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you, Sonia June. I lost my work, Gihan says, and it's not the first time. Please give me positive energy and tell me about book to read it to help me. You want to read a book, of course, you can go to my site and read the sample chapter, see which one is what you're looking for. Me, My Psyche, and I, of course, is a good choice. However, you don't need a book to be enthused about life. If you understand what life is all about, then you will not condense it to just one relationship and make it all up to that woman to give you reasons for happiness, that what life is all about. Life is not all about one relationship or one woman or one man to affirm you. There's a lot more to life. If you're sitting around just feeling sorry for yourself because somebody happened not to want to be with you, that's nonsense. What about so many other people that you haven't met and they would love to get to know you? The fact is you just don't know them. And because you don't know them, you think this is the only one who wants to get to know you, and since she doesn't want you anymore, then therefore it's the end of it? No. It just means you only knew her, and she has the right to change her mind because she's going through changes in her life. And at this juncture, she doesn't find you to match, and that's okay. Because there are millions of others who do think that you guys can actually be good together, but you haven't met them. So you gotta understand that life is not about affirmation of one person towards you, and if there's a lack of that affirmation from that one particular person, therefore you now, it's all over. If that was what life whole purpose was about, finding a mate and finding love is only one part of life. The good thing about it is that You have an opportunity and right to love many times, and you will. Through childhood, from age, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, you fall in love with different girls. But that doesn't mean any of them are the right one for you, or it's the right age for you to act on it. It's an emotion. You get to become 16, 17, 18, it still continues. You fall in love, you fall out of love. You fall in love, you fall out of love. And it all gives you experiences. And eventually you get to an age that you can actually act on it, like, 18, 19, 20 and onwards. And you get to know that person, and you get to associate and socialize, and you fall in love. Then there's, physical contact, and then you do activities together, and then you learn again. And then again, it may not work after a while because people change. Just like how it was from childhood, you liked something and didn't like something, didn't like something. Life is the same in everything. In relationships, the same. You may change your mind, or they may change their mind. But that doesn't mean that's the end of life, or end of possibilities, or end of things being again good for you. It's just another stage. Even days and nights sometimes have different kind of atmosphere. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's rainy. Sometimes it's really bright, sometimes it's really dark. Sometimes it's stormy, sometimes it's mellow and wonderful. You can play soccer and tennis and everything else. And sometimes you can't even go out. It's just all muddy and rainy and stormy and so on. Things change. And you, according to that change, you change directions and you negotiate that, deal with that, Simple. The whole idea is for you to learn how to keep your balance. You cannot control events of life. You cannot control somebody to love you or to like you or to be loyal to you. You cannot control the mentality and behavior of other people towards you. But what you can control is to keep your balance, so you will not capsize, so you will not think, oh, this is the end, so you'll not be devastated. As I always said, and there will be a short video that I'll be making soon about this particular point that many people miss. You cannot stop the waves of the ocean from flowing. The waves of the ocean cannot stop the wind from blowing. And so you cannot stop the waves of the ocean from flowing. That you cannot control. But what you can control, and what you can become, is to become a good captain, experienced captain of your own boat that you're rowing, so it will not be capsized. Keep your balance. Become wise and experienced and fit in order to withstand those changes of the waves, change of the weather, so you can keep the balance of your boat from capsizing. That's control. Otherwise, you expect everybody to love you, nobody to betray you. These are things beyond our control, and when they do, it's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on their own shortcomings and lack of manners and morals and strength and loyalty. It's not a reflection on you. So, be happy that you found this thing is not working now, instead of later on when you're, really older and don't feel like, participating in lots of new outings and all that so forth. You're young and you can go out, and I think until the age maybe 70, 75, you still would have ideas about how to, start a new relationship. And after that, then you will not care that much. So until then, just enjoy and don't think this is a final thing. Go on my YouTube channel. There is a video called "Is This Final?" Something like that. Is this final? Search it on my channel. Search it. Is this final? And then you will enjoy that video as well. Edgar says, hello Mehran, hello Edgar. What are your thoughts on forgiving yourself? Always good idea. I was in a 7-year relationship that was extremely unhealthy during and after the breakup. I was very self-destructive while going out and partying. I'm having trouble letting go and in a way forgive myself for the bad decisions that I made. Well, Look, you just said it. The whole key is what was in the last sentence. For the bad decisions that I made, past tense, gone, is dead, not alive. So what's there to worry about now? This is who you are. With new mentality, understanding of those mistakes, those decisions were wrong, which means you're wiser and you will not make those mistakes. That's what you are. This is where you are. This is the time. All those things are dead, non-existence, and what you think about them doesn't make them to come alive or be a threat to you. This is just a thought, a memory. A memory is the past. A memory is the dead. Has no bearing on you. You cannot be fearful of it. Therefore, relax, enjoy. This is who you are, with better mentality, better ability to make decisions, and that's all it counts. That's all it counts. The rest of it, what do you want to forgive? It was something you thought you should do then, wrongfully, of course, but you didn't know then. I remember my professor in university, in one of the classes I was taking, in the course Behavior and Organization, Professor Ferris, he said, at the time that one makes a decision, one believes that that decision is correct. Think about it. At the time that you do something, obviously you think that what you're doing, that decision, is okay. If you didn't think it's right, it's correct, you wouldn't have done it. We're talking about decent things. We're not talking about devious, stupid, harmful things. So therefore, at that time, your wisdom, your level of experience, your level of information, your ability to sort things out was at that level. And at that level, you thought what you were doing was okay. Right? So no need to actually dwell on it now, because now you know it was not okay, because new information was given to you after you did it. Later on, you became wiser, more informed, older, and understood responsibilities and different things and things that were not right. And why you did it was out of fear or out of, neglect or out of lack of wisdom and all that. You know it now, but then you didn't. So you can't blame yourself now for something that you did then because of not knowing and not having enough knowledge about what is right, what is wrong for you now. So this is how you think now. So no sense of thinking about why you did what you did then. Just the fact that you know it was not right is good enough, because that will help you to go on and not do it again. That's what it's all about. Not do it again. It says if you make a mistake, well, it's a mistake. If you repeat that same mistake, well, then, that's stupidity. And that's not a mistake, that's a choice. So don't make that choice anymore. You know better now. Go on, be happy. Don't limit yourself with this illusional nonsense that you have to forgive yourself. Well, forgive yourself and go on. Okay, you're forgiven. Just do this to yourself in the mirror. Thou art forgiven. All right. So, you're welcome, Edgar. So Robert says, sorry if I wasn't clear. So she loved me, then now as I realized how I feel about her, she's not in love with me anymore. So what? Doesn't matter when she loved you, when you loved her. If it's not both at the same time, the hell with it. Go on. It's not like, you're going to be missing the divine existence of this relationship or this woman or something. It just happens. She's changed her mind and she has the right to do so. Respect that. But also respect yourself. Move on. Go find another one. It's not the end of the world. Who do you think she is? What? What can she do? Can she cure a common cold? Or cure cancer? Or can she fix the world? Rid of the stupidity of the world? the greed and all these other things, the distractions. Can she do all that? If she doesn't, then she's nothing more special than you are. So, no big deal. She can go her way and wish her well, and you can go your way and wish yourself well and persevere, focus, and bring good things for yourself. You know, you don't have to hang on to her shoes just for you to feel worthy. You can get your affirmation from how you treat yourself, how you treat the others, how you treat life, how positive of a member of the society you are, and how you affect the others in a positive manner in your community. That's all. So go on, no big deal. So what? Wish her well and wish yourself well. Hello, Mustafa. Matty says, I feel guilty for being happy. Now, even though I've moved on from someone who lied to me, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. Why do you feel guilty? Why should you feel guilty for being happy? There's no reason to. Be happy for you to be happy, and be happy for other people to be happy. That's it. Doesn't cost you anything. Germans say kost dir nichts. So doesn't cost you anything. Feel good and be happy for everyone to be healthy and happy in their lives. But if they're not making you happy, that's not a place for you to be there. Go somewhere else and enjoy your life. So, well, let's see. Okay. Let's see. So while you guys thinking about your questions, let me see what is here. I'll gotta do something here. So, have we run out of questions? Have I lost you guys? Where is everybody? Everybody's here, but questions are not here. So, if you have no more questions, I wish you all well, and we'll see you next week. Where are you guys? What happened to you? Because some days I can't breathe out of so many questions, and today, that was it. 5, 6 questions. So, all right, I'll have my tea until you guys are ready. Hello, Piscine. How are you? Let's see if I've missed any question here. Good, Piscine. I'm good. I'm here with you guys, and we're having a bit of discussion on issues, matters of thoughts and consciousness, fears, egos, desire, and relationships and breakups, or anything else that could be on your mind that we can talk about it on this at this time. Now, looks like the questions have dried up. There is no more. And Therefore, if you guys are waiting for me to come up with a question, that won't happen. Yesterday was pretty warm in here, and today is just as sunny but not as warm, so it's interesting. Where are you, Piscine? You seem like you also say it's sunny there. Danielle says, what is your way of coping with the ego? Piscine says, where are you? I'm in Vancouver, Piscine. What about you? Now, getting back to Danielle. Oh, Wales. Yeah, you told me last time, but you think I'll remember? Good thing I remembered how to pronounce your name. So don't give me a hard time. And I had said where I was from, you didn't remember, so that's evened up now. Yeah, Prince, I saw it. Okay, that's your testimony for me. That's fine, thank you. Now let me talk about what Danielle here said. Danielle says, what is your way of coping with the ego? Well, to cope with something, you first got to understand what it is. So what do you think ego is? What do you think ego is? Is ego an organ? Like the heart, the eyes, the liver? What is it? What is ego? More, if it was an organ, it should have been more towards the end of the intestines, because it's all full of shit. That's what ego is. Ego is not something that you're born with, in my opinion. Ego is a program that you attain through your upbringing, your conditioning, how you are being taught. Ego is something that is put into you through the time that you're being raised. The surrounding, the culture, the customs, the way other people behave and act and teach you, your parents, your society, your community, your tradition, your religion, your teachers, the things you're exposed to, programs, movies, news, history, all these things, you're conditioned, and the program of ego is now uploaded into your consciousness. Otherwise, we're not born with ego attached to us. Here, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is me, I was born, this is my hand, this is my eyes, this is my nose, and this is my ego. There is no such thing as ego. Ego is created as a program, and that is, when you understand that, then you'll understand it doesn't have to be. You don't have to follow it. It is a cause of lots of destructions and lots of hardship, lots of anxiety and all that. Because then ego causes you want to control things. And you can never control things. As we talked about it before, if part of your comfort zone would be if you can control things and things would be the way you want it to be all the time, then you're in pain. Because ego is part of the reason that you want to control things, to make things the way you prefer it to be, according to what your conditioning is. And that becomes a suffering, because not everything is going to comply to the way that my conditioning is. So my understanding of what I'm really pursuing is stupidity or is unreasonable will help me not to be in the trap of following an ego, my ego. Because as you all know, we talked about it earlier, there is no way we can control everything in this life, and the only thing that we should be focusing to become really good at is to be able to control our balance in spite of what's happening out there. If I'm in a boat and rowing my boat in the ocean, I cannot control the waves of the ocean. And I cannot control the wind blowing to create waves, and these waves could be storm, tsunami, or whatever. I cannot control that. It's not in my power. It's not my control. I don't care how much I try to control it. But what I can control is how to train myself to become a good captain, to be able to keep the balance of my boat, to row well, to know which angle, what to do, when to get out of the water, when to be in the water, which direction I go, how to keep the balance of the boat from capsizing. That's called the control. Otherwise, my ego will make me to go and try to control everything, bring everything the way it is. For me, that's just going to give me lots of suffering. So, hope that was something for you to think about. And click, I'm sorry, I can't read that alphabet, but someone from Greece says hello dear. And he or she, which I'm not sure which, says, what do you think about regret? Have you ever regretted doing or not doing something? We all probably may not have thought about the actual word and intention of expressing regret, but we may have wished we had done something which we didn't, or we had invested in something which we didn't, or we should have not done something which, I don't know. I never really thought about regretting things. When you do what you do, again, I'm quoting my professor in university, when you do something, you believe that what you're doing is a correct decision based on the information you have. Now, 5 minutes later, you maybe said, oh, that wasn't the right thing to do, because 5 minutes later, you have an information that you didn't have when you were about to make that decision. So, knowledge is always limited. Therefore, you don't always have all the knowledge, totality of the knowledge. So you make your decisions based on what's available to you. And what's available to you is not complete, is limited. And therefore, later on, you have more information and you will see, oh, I have more knowledge. And if I had this, I would make that decision. So on that basis, you can't regret, because it's not like you knew everything real time and it's been updated all moments, and so just about you do something, new information comes and you change your decision and you won't do it. So you'll always be dynamically motivated to do or not do, because constantly you're updated with information. You're not. So you have a limited amount of information. Based on that, you negotiate day to day and you make decisions, and sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong. Now, to do our best to make the best decision as possible, that's logical, that's reasonable. But if you have done that and still some decisions turn out to be the wrong one, then you can't regret it as long as you have done your due diligence before you make that decision. So, and what's the use of regretting? Okay, you recognize it was a wrong decision. Okay, great. And you move on, learn from it, make sure you don't do it again. But it's dead now. No need to, what's there to now focus on? Can you bring it back? No. But what it does, it takes you back into your consciousness in an illusion, with an illusion that you think you can fix things if you go into your memory. Therefore, that regret causes you constantly spend time in your consciousness trying to fix something that you can never do. It's dead, it's gone, there's no reality and actuality to it. But you think you can bring psychological security if you can fix what was done wrong and you now believe you shouldn't have done it. And that's going to waste your energy and time, because you're trying to do something that it cannot be done, and it's not necessary to be done, because it's already, whatever it was is dead, is gone and past, non-existence. So if it's non-existence, what do you want to fix? What are you regretting about? It's gone, it's done, and it's not in existence, it's not affecting anybody anymore. So I think for that reason, you should just move on and stop regretting. Just focus on building. Building new. Learn from it and building, and make sure that what you're building does not include that what was wrong and now you have recognized. So you don't have to think about it and face with the same kind of a dilemma or question later on. So learn from it. That's what you should focus on, not regretting it. You're not Aristotle, and you're not God, or you're not some super being to know everything. We all make mistakes, so part of life. But try not to make it too often. But if it's done, it's done. Move on. Just make sure it's not going to harm anybody or yourself, the decisions that you make in such a, devastating, permanent way of physical or mental. Just do your best to make the right decision, best decision you can. And when you have done, consider all those aspects before you make the decision. Then if it was wrong, then too bad. Just learn from it and move on. Daniel says, how to reduce attachment. Reduce attachment will stop having that many relationships. How to reduce attachment. We always strive for something to hold on, yes? Because attachment seems to be bringing psychological security for you, because we're all programmed to want to be more. Ever since childhood, being compared with the other kids, other people. People who have different kind of job, different kind of money, different kind of comfort, different kind of suit on, different kind of clothes on, different kind of whatever. And when we were kids, compared to so-and-so's son, so-and-so's daughter. Oh, he's doing so good in math, he's doing so good in sports, he's doing so well, he speaks so politely, this and that. So compare. So we are conditioned to want to be more. And attachment makes you feel more. That's why some people go shopping a lot. They buy a nice brand handbag, and the value and the fame or quality of the handbag seems to add to their worth and value. That's what they think. That's why they buy expensive things. Sometimes buying expensive things is because that's the quality you're looking for. But often people buy things not because they really need it. They just want to be more valuable, and they think the value and worth of that what they're buying will make them feel more valuable, therefore they become more. So they become attached. They want these attachments. They like it, they want it. Or if it's with their girlfriend or their boyfriend, they feel they're more by having this person who is successful or good looking, or she's so pretty or whatever. They feel now they have something that other people may envy, so therefore now I am more because I have attained this. And therefore they get attached to that feeling of wanting to be more, but that comes through having this relationship or having this handbag or having this thingy. And therefore they become attached to that thing or that person or that relationship or that gift or whatever it is. And that's why you feel attachment brings something special to you. Yeah, it makes you feel psychologically secure in a way, which is an illusion by itself, but that's what you feel, that's what your angle is, to keep buying these things or be attached to a person because you feel that you're now more, you feel that you're now more secure, you have a certain certainty because you're more than you are, more than one, and these are all things that play in that feeling of wanting, attachment. Hyacinth says, do you feel energy around people, like positive or negative vibes from people? Of course. Do we attract same type of people in our lives as what we are ourselves? Not necessarily, because people are flowing around. It's like saying I'm a fish, I'm in the ocean. Do I attract other fish that look like me or feel like me or have the same energy? No. Yes and no, because if you intend it, then you'll, if you have a choice, you'll know what you want. But the fish are flowing everywhere. It's not your business, it's not your fault that some of them happen to come around you, because you may have some credentials that they may be attracted to, but you're not attracted to them. So it doesn't mean that you attracted this negative person towards you because of law of attraction, or you was seeking that. No, They were seeking you, and you didn't want to have anything to do with them. So you can't just think that it is you who's attracting these bad people. They're bad people who have their own agenda on, and they're looking for things that would make them benefit from or whatever. And it could be association with you. So you got to watch out if they have masked their energy, and if they are who they are, or they're just simply playing a game or a theater in order to take advantage of you for their own purposes. But yes, people do extend energy because we are all made out of energy. The life that we have is made out of mind and body. And the mind is energy, and body is also, everything's made out of energy. But the life that we know of is in the shape of physical being and the thought, the mind, the energy. We call it ki, which is abandoned in the universe, in the nature. And so this energy is what does the living. The physical part, all the apparatus, the tools, apparatus that helps this energy to move around, to feel things, to experience things. My hand is actually my mind that manipulates my hand to do something. It's not my hand. Mind, through manipulation of the legs, walk. Mind taste through the tongue. It's not that tongue tastes and legs walk. It's the mind that does all that thing, but the tools, the apparatus, the peripherals are what is necessary, what is there to move around this mind so it can experience and things and learn and does things. So, what was I saying? Therefore, all that energy is what really makes us tick. And beside the physical shape of a person that you see, which is their apparatus, their tool, their peripherals, their physical part of life, there's also their energy that makes them do things, want things, and their body serves their mind. And that energy is really what you should see if it's compatible to you or not their body. Their body is all physical interaction, is a pleasure, perhaps. But what really breaks up a relationship is when their minds and their energy was not coordinated, could not bond on the level of consciousness, on the level of the intentions, the energy levels, and so on. So if they're not bonding on consciousness, which are thoughts, which are then energy, which are intentions, therefore it will not last. The physical part is one thing, but the energy is everything. And that's why some people become very close and some people can't stand each other. It's that quality of the energy. That's why when you pass by somebody, you actually don't want to get near them, or you don't enjoy, because their energy being exuded is not really positive, is not making things grow around them. And some other people you're drawn to because their energy is so warm and friendly and helping things to grow and develop around them. And that's the kind of energy you want. When you have the energy that helps things grow and develop around you, whether it's animals or plants or people, or how it makes you feel, how you see the world, how you approach the world every day with a good energy, and then you will learn how to stay away from the kind of energy that is not the same as yours. You feel that energy. That person I don't want to be near, even though he hasn't said a thing. A person I feel like, okay, it looks like, and then you go slowly, like when you go into the ocean, you go tiptoeing. If it gets too deep and too dangerous, you walk back out. So if you feel somebody's, physically looks good, and you kind of drawn to, let's say, pretty girl you see, drawn, and then you go closer, so you get to know each other, and then you feel like, oh, it's not it's not really balanced there. So it's like the ocean getting too deep. You walk out, you back out, and just change direction, go towards another energy source, and so on. Yes, you do feel people's energy. That's short of the long. Hope that was something for you to ponder. Daniel says how to become more present rather than living through the past or the future. How to get rid of the old habits formed through our early years. Well, how to become more present, it's not a mystery. It's just recognition of what part of the river you are at. Let's say life is a river. And so on the left side is the mountain where the river is, the source is, and the river is flowing downwardly and moving to your right side. And you're standing in front of the river. What's on your right is the water of the river that's already passed. It's gone. You can't reach it. You can't do anything with it. You can't. It's gone. There's no way you can follow it. There's no way you can, there's no sense of it. You can't reach it. You can't control it. You can't pick anything out of it. It's gone. That's your past. No use to follow it. There's nothing there. It's gone. The left side is from the mountainside. The water is still coming. It hasn't arrived to you. So you can't reach it. You can't attend. You can't pick anything from it. You can't know what's in it. You can't know what's on its way. And really focusing on its waste of your time, because nothing is apparent. Nothing is known. It hasn't arrived yet. That's your future. You can't just, roam around there. There's nothing there. Nothing actuality there. Neither this side, the past that is gone already, the water is gone, nor the part that hasn't arrived to you. Only the part that is pertaining to you, that is important for you to be focused on, and you can interact with this in real time, is the water that is passing by your feet, in front of you. That you can dip in, pick up something, you can see what it is, you can recognize it, you can put your hand in it, stop it, and it'll splash around. You can be in dynamic of live interaction with it. That's the actuality. It's life. That represents the now. So if you're thinking about the memory, it's the water is already gone. You can't change it. It's waste of time. And you just, what are you doing in there? It's dead. It's non-existence. So if you're worried about the future, well, it's not here yet either. So there's nothing you can know about it. And so again, it's non-existence. So why waste time with the non-existence? But the now is what you can focus on. Everything. Right now, this is what I'm talking about. I can change my words, and that's the real reality. That's the actuality. You and I talking. You're hearing me, and I'm talking. That's the only thing we should be focusing on, because we can make changes. Everything that will be happening in the future is because of now, what I do now. So what my future will be is because of now. My now is because of the past. Past is gone. Past is there. I shouldn't be worried about it. So my now represents the past and represents what my future will be. So now is the most important part of my life. I shouldn't be wasting time thinking about the past. Past is gone. Past is dead. Past is non-existence. And I shouldn't be worried about the future that much, because I can't do anything about it. Maybe I can plan for it, but that's it. Wondering about it is not going to do me any good. The now is the most important part, because that's the building blocks of future. And that is how I'm here, because of the past. So I don't need to worry about that, because I can't do anything about it. So let's focus on what I can do now. What changes I can do to my future, to my life, to my very present, and how I can focus on the actuality of things, rather than seeing something and perceiving with something I saw in the past and then go into my memory while I'm actually looking at this, but I'm not really seeing it, because my mind, my thoughts, my energy is now in something similar than what it is now, but in my consciousness, in my memory, which that takes me out of the now, puts me in a different time, because I'm in the memory, and memory is the past. Therefore, I'm not here anymore. I'm not in the now. And then I'm robbing myself from the actuality of life, because life is the movement of the river. And I have stopped looking and interacting with the water that is passing me by right now in front of my feet, and I'm keep paying attention to the water that is non-existence compared to where I am, and the water that hasn't arrived compared to where I am. So what am I wasting life? That's not life. That's, if I'm in the past and thinking about that water's gone, and if I'm in the memory, and memory is the past, and I'm in there, therefore the living that I'm calling it is in the death of the past, because the past is the memory, and the memory is non-existence, is death. So the living that I call living is actually the death of the past, when I spend so much time in my memory. And if I want to live, I shouldn't do that. I should focus on the now, because that's the only actuality and the reality, and that's the flow of life. So, Cromwell says, how can I afford the anxiety? Well, the anxiety is based on fear, and fear is based on thought. And when you compare things as how it was, how it is, how it can be, then you create fear. Otherwise, there's no such thing as fear. We're not talking about fear of a wild animal or a truck running you over. That's an instinct, that's survival. You jump out of the way. But fear is usually the kind of fear that we're talking about, is a fear that when you compare how it was and will it be the same again a little later on, how it was with what it is, and how it is with how it will be, then you create anxiety and worry by this comparison. So if you stop comparing and just focus on the now, this very moment, this moment is made out of lots of little moments, and every one of those little moments have no place for any fear or anything to happen, so it's a safe place. So the safest place really is in the now. So if you want to eliminate your anxiety, spend time in the now, in the moment. What is happening now? Not what happened, what it could happen, based on what happened. Will it happen again? Will it be the same as it is now? I had fun. Can I have fun now? It was terrible yesterday. Will it be terrible this afternoon? Will it be the same tomorrow? So these will create these anxieties. But if I'm focusing on now, I'm having tea and nothing else in my mind. I'm focusing on what I'm doing. I'm talking to you. There's no time in these little moments to even worry or compare about anything, because I'm focused on the actuality and reality of the flow of life as it's happening. Therefore, I'm focused with the now, and the now there's no comparison with anything. Now is now. I'm having my tea, so that's it. I'm not perceiving everything. I'm not comparing anything. Therefore, if there's no perception, there's no comparing. Therefore, there's no fear, because there's no comparison of what it was, what it is, what will be, and therefore I'm free from all that. I'm with the moment, and the moment there's nothing bad that is happening that big. Every moment is made out of lots of little moments. All those little moments is not enough time to really be devastated of something, because so quickly will pass. And so that moment was safe. This moment is safe, and again and again and again. So something for you to think about. Now, let's see, what time do we have? Could Prince, if you will, you're in West Coast, are you? Or if you're not, can someone tell me what time it is? Instead of me looking at my computer, just at the clock. Where's my timekeeper? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's 2034, but that's a different time. That's 12:34. That is precisely in 1 minute. It'll be 1 hour. So that is it, my cue to say goodbye to you all. Please remember, you can go on my Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth, which the link is up there, or you can go to my YouTube channel, which the link is up there. My YouTube channel is under my name, Mehran Dadbeh, and you can have over 450, 60, or 80 videos of different kinds and different topics, mostly on the thoughts, consciousness, fears, desire, and ego, and mostly is about relationship breakups, how to move on, and why you feel the way you do, its relations, and the role that your psyche plays into how you feel after your breakup, and helps you to understand what's going on in your psyche according to the roles that your ego, fears, desire, and thoughts and consciousness play in the whole thing. When you understand it, it'll give you a better chances to move on and create that happy life again for yourself. And also, please do check my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Do read a sample chapter of my books that is available to you there, and look at the table of contents, and do acquire them. I recommend them. They've got lots of little things for you in there to help you out with your daily life and help you to understand how this ticks, because it's all about here. It's not about magics and the consultation, things that you can get from here and there. It's all in here. If you understand how this functions, you will know what to do with your life. It's all about here. So for you to understand how your mind works, thoughts and consciousness, fears and desires and ego are related, how they work together and affect each other, then you can figure out how your life can be better. So please do go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and explore, and hope you'll have a good and wonderful week and sort things out, and look forward to see you guys next week on the same time, same channel here. The amazing things in the world. And thanks for the good people at Wittyfeed, my friends in India. I love you all, and thank you again for creating this opportunity for us to share a few thoughts with people around the world. I look forward to see you all next week. Be good to yourself and to the others. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.